Here I am again today with another topic, and today I want to talk to you about paradox. But now, before we get started into that, I want to thank everyone for subscribing. Um, you know, Thanks for subscribing, liking the videos, your comments. I really do appreciate it. So, uh, please understand, I really, really do appreciate it. I hope that what I give you is helpful in some way. If it is, please feel free to share with others. And if there's anything that I can cover for you, feel free to contact me anytime or just leave it in the comments, okay? So, as I was saying, I'm going to talk to you today about paradox. Now, a paradox occurs when you start out with a set of premises that are understood to be true, or at least believed to be true. You evaluate and follow the premises through accurate and consistent logic. Then you determine the conclusion. So, however, despite everything being true and in the right order, the conclusion appears to be false or impossible, inconsistent, or absurd. However, despite all appearing under the same umbrella, not all paradoxes are equal or paradoxal. So, let's look at something here. Let's look at the statement of there is no truth. Now, this statement is self-contradictory because if there is no truth, then the statement itself is not true and it must be false. But if the statement is false, then it must be true. So this can go over and over and over and there is no end, and that's where your paradox come in. Now you're probably asking yourself, how does this work into uh, the videos, Philippines and Angeles and all this? Well, when I when I'm there and I'm going around looking at things, I'm watching people, and it came to my mind one of the laws of economics. And one of the laws of economics is supply and demand. If the supply is high and the demand is low, the price should go down. And on the reverse, if the supply is low and the demand is high, the price goes up. So here's what I'm looking at when I'm there. You have so many girls and so few customers, but yet the price is high. And when you look at it, it should be the other way around. With there being few customers and lots of girls, your price should be low. Supply and demand. So if you really think about it here, what's really going on? What's driving the price up? What's causing the prices to go up when the supply is high and the demand is low? Because I don't see a lot of customers. What I'm seeing is a lot of girls, a lot of bars open. You have some bars got more customers than others. Some bars are kind of empty. And you just have a few guys up and down the street. Some of them have girls, some don't. There's a lot of Koreans. Uh, Mostly Koreans are everywhere. So that's what I'm saying. The prices of the girls are up. The drinks in the bars are up. But there's only a few customers. So how is this true? And if someone has an answer, please let me know. I would love to hear from you guys. But I thought about this paradox and I wanted to put that out there and maybe somebody can give me an answer. But in my pseudo wisdom, I'm going to say it's because value. Men have gotten to the point that they don't value themselves. They will give up everything they have just for a piece of tail. So therefore, the price can go as high as it want to go because men would not wake up and realize that their value should mean something. Everyone has value. So when you start letting the price go up and there's so few customers, basically they're telling you, you want my item more than we need the customer. My item is more important than the customer. Because most businesses, what they'll do to get people in the door, they will lower the price. They'll give a discount. They'll offer some type of promotion. That's to drive businesses into the door. But there's something about the relations between men and women that no matter what happens, that price consistently goes up. And the only thing I can see, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, I don't mind. The only thing I can see, men are not valuing themselves. Men are not saying, okay, wait a minute, time out. I'm giving you just as much as you're giving me. Okay? When I go around and I'm sitting there and I'm having a drink, I'm kind of asking questions to the waitress. Okay? How much is this? How much is that? How this goes? How that goes? Because I'm trying to get information. And you have only a few bars that are still around 3K for the bar fund. Most bars are going 4K and higher. So you're looking at 4,000 and up. Just for a bottle of water, you're looking at between 120 and 150. Beer is like 180. And once again, the prices vary per bar. From what I've seen, XS bar seems to be the highest, along with Crystal Palace. I think those bars I paid 150 for some water. For a drink, I paid around 200, 280, or something like that. So it varies. So you just have to be ready. So that's what I'm seeing here. There's few customers and the price is high. So that's where I thought about this paradox. Supply, demand, value. All these things start to come to my mind. And this is what I want to say to you guys. Okay? You have to look at it, or you should consider looking at it in the sense of you have value. You're needed. Because if it wasn't for the customers, the bars wouldn't be in business. And actually, if it wasn't for customers, no business would be operating. Everyone would shut down if it wasn't for the customers. So if they're not willing to do anything to help get the customers in the door, why are we going in the door? And with the way the Koreans have really messed up the game, the girls really think that they don't need the customers because, and I'll say, for example, when I go in XS bar and I'm sitting there watching, because mostly that's what I do. I sit there and watch, and I'm watching behavior, and I'm watching what the girls are doing. Most of the customers are sitting there by themselves, with the exception of the Koreans, the Chinese, and the Japanese. Any other guy gonna probably sit there for a while unless he requests a girl to come sit with him. But if you look at the Koreans, when they walk in the door, the eyes go straight to the door and they flock to them. They herd around them like they're celebrities. And the reason for this is because, from what I'm hearing, they're giving away money. They are throwing money at these girls. And if they take them out the bar, after a couple of hours, they send them on. So the girls have gotten this idea in their head of short time, which this started back pre-pandemic, but is really ingrained in them now because the Koreans have set it up that way. They take them out the bar, keep them for a few hours, and send them on their way. So now a girl will strictly tell you short time because she makes that money and that gives her a chance to go back to the bar to make more money. So she's really not even caring to service her customers or give you a good experience for your vacation. It's just, I'm doing the deed, give me the money. No, I need to go. And from what I'm hearing, they're thinking of all kinds of reasons just to leave. You know, um, I was talking to one of the mama sons, and she told me, she says, be careful of these girls. And she goes on to say that if a girl don't stay with you and she has to leave early in the morning, more than likely she has a husband or boyfriend waiting for her at home. So basically, they're going with the customer, making the money, and they're leaving. But the Koreans are kicking them out anyway, so it doesn't really matter to them. It's the other customers who want them to stay that they're making up these reasons that they have to go. So this is something you have to look for because it's really getting worse now than it did before. And really, I don't really know how to put it, but I'm just going to say be careful with your pocket, okay? Because they're not trying to service you. They're just trying to get your money, send you on the way. But once again, you have to look at it as what you're expecting out of the situation. Me personally, as a customer, I expect to be treated as the customer. I don't expect to be treated as a king, but I believe in appreciation. Okay. Um, with that being said, I was talking to one gentleman there. I was sitting there having dinner, and he was telling me about an experience where in Excess Bar he offered the girl a drink, and she basically turned down his drink. Okay. When they get to the point to where they're turning down your drink, they really saying they really don't need you. Okay. There's another guy I met, and he was having a drink with the girl in Excess Bar, and some Asian guys walked in the door, and he said she immediately turned her head to the door, watching them. So he said he asked her, "Do you want to go over there?" And she said yes. He said, "Why?" She said, "Because they pay." So see, the whole thing is girls are going where the money is. Okay? It's not about doing their job anymore. It's not about finding a guy for security, love, commitment, any of that. It's about going where is the money. Follow the paper trail. So this is just to kind of give you a heads up of what to expect. Okay? Um, and maybe you can tell me about your experiences when you go because I would really like to hear about it. But so far, that's what I'm hearing. So I would say Excess Bar would not be one of the bars I would go to again. You know, I I only went to several bars to kind of get a feel as to what's going on in the city. So with that being said, let me know what you think. Let me know about your experiences. And if you feel anyone can benefit, please share the videos. And I hope to hear from you guys soon. Take care.